Hello everyone, today we talk about the story of Minecraft, one of the most popular video games of all time, which sold more than 300 million copies worldwide. It started out as an indie project made by a single person, later on to get sold to Microsoft for 2.5 billion US dollars. Now it's still going strong, with them releasing stuff like toys, notebooks, t-shirts, and even a live-action movie starring Jack Black and Jason Momoa, of all people. Let's take a closer look. Now, I mentioned the indie project, but what exactly does that mean? According to some definitions, with respect to creative works such as films or video games, indie refers to a work that is not financed by a studio or a publisher. Indie works usually have a smaller scope and budget than mainstream works and often appeal more to a niche audience than a mass market one. You could make an entire video about history of indie games, and I might just do that one day, but for now all you need to know is that indie is just short for independent. That means not hiring a huge staff, putting your own resources and time into the game, and not getting constrained by sponsors. A work of love, you could say. And it is safe to say that Minecraft started out like this, which is a beautiful testament that if you put enough heart and love into something, it will grow beyond your wildest expectations. Marcus Persson, also known as Notch, was the sole creator of Minecraft. He made it in the Java computing engine. He was born in Stockholm. His mother Ritva was Finnish and his father Birger, a Swede who suffered major problems with drugs and alcohol, and that made the whole family, including Notch's sisters Anna, move out of Stockholm with the help of Christian missionaries. They moved to a small town called Persson in the north, and they stayed there until Notch was about 8. He always dreamed of creating video games, but not many people believed him. He learned programming nevertheless. His father gave him the first computer, Commodore 128, when he was 7. Not long before that, the youngster created his first program. Around this time, the family returned back from Epsom to Stockholm, and the demons who haunted Marcus's father came back, sending him down a spiral of drink and drugs. Unable to find friends at school and his home life falling apart, the shy Marcus became completely engrossed in the family computer. His parents divorced when he was 12. His mother, Ritva, talked about how he faked stomach aches just to skip school and stay at home, sitting on his computer programming. Soon, Marcus's sister Anna followed the path of her father into drugs and alcohol and ran away from home. In 2004, aged 24, Notch got a job at Midas Player, also known as King.com, makers of a widely popular game Candy Crush. Later, he began making his own games alongside his friend and colleague Jakub Porsner. Later on, his so-called 6 to 12 month project began to grow, and in 2008 he shared a video playing a demo version of something called The Cave Game on YouTube and Tumblr. That quickly gained traction, and the first public alpha was released in May 2009. In June 2010, with now named Minecraft selling 400 copies a day, he and Jakub Porsner have quit their jobs and set up a new studio with 7 people on board called Mojang, which is Swedish for gadget. He said in one of the interviews, "Being able to be self-funded is the biggest advantage. Many people wanted to invest, but we didn't really need it, which is great because now we own it ourselves." They had no expectations other than their own, and it was just an investment of their time into the project, which had no real budget. They had not spent a single dime on marketing, relying on the word of mouth and people sharing their videos online. PC Gamer UK even named it the Game of the Year when it was still in its alpha version. That means not out of its testing stage. When making it, their philosophy was to create a game they would like themselves to play and hope that the others would like it as well, without choosing and catering to a specific audience. And that turned out to work just fine, with Minecraft hitting the mainstream all over the world. Notch married his long-term girlfriend and a fellow programmer, Elin Zetterstrand, in August 2011. The game was continuously developed and got a final release on 18th of November 2011. But then something terrible has happened. His father, Birger Pettersson, who still suffered from drug and alcohol addiction, has succumbed to his depression and shot himself in the head a few days just before the Christmas. That affected Notch in a huge way. Marcus had a daughter named Mina Almina Zelda Zetterstrand, but the marriage did not last long. They filed for a divorce and then got it finalized in 2013. In June 2014, he wrote on Twitter, "Anyone want to buy my share of Mojang so I can move on with my life?" Within the hour, software company called Microsoft have come up with an offer of $2.5 billion in cash, and he accepted it. Marcus Persson's 71% share represented 1.78 billion. His partners Jakob Porser and Karl Manne also became multimillionaires instantly. Everybody on the team, including even the basic workers, got a nice bonus. Since then, Notch has been supporting his daughter with $4,000 a month child maintenance. His mother Ritve has described him as generous after he bought her a luxurious apartment in the suburb of Nacka region. He's also known to have outbidded the pop star couple Jay-Z and Beyoncé for their multi-million-dollar mansion. He paid $70 million just to get it snatched from them, and he's currently living there. He seems to be doing just fine and now works on a new project called Levers and Chests, which is a roguelike dungeon crawler. Okay, but what is Minecraft, just in case you woke up from a coma? In short, it's an exploration and building creative game. When entering the game, we are greeted by a procedurally generated, very expansive, very square world. The one characteristic feature of the game is its graphical design. It's very blocky and pixely, like a lot of indie games, not always by choice, but sometimes by technical or budgetary constraints. But, in my opinion, it really only adds the soul in its simple look that can be used in so many creative ways, as players have shown. You can explore this world in a first-person view, shaping it by destroying and placing blocks that imitate dirt, stone, or trees. You start out empty-handed, and the game offers you an approachable and intuitive crafting system that is simple at first, but later on it expands by allowing you to add things like electricity, used to create an actual working computers in the game itself later on. But there is no goal per se. There are few steps that everybody takes at first, like gathering resources, recognizing your environment around you, and creating a base of operations. But you're not limited to where you have to do it or when or with what. That kind of freedom can be overwhelming to some. Quite often the very few hours at the beginning are the most exciting. A fresh new world, no resources at hand, untamed wilderness around you. Some say the game can get repetitive and they don't find the fun without a clear road ahead of them. They need a goal, obstacles, and means to overcome them. And Minecraft, well, it's a sandbox game, so it doesn't really tell you straight out what you're supposed to do. You need to find the fun on your own terms. But to avoid this repetitiveness and to cater to some people who really like to have a goal set ahead of them, they have added an actual ending to the game. You can see the subtitles after you defeat the final boss, which is the Ender Dragon. You get to keep the world after finishing it though, so you can play even still after that if you wish. Minecraft also includes a multiplayer mode where you and your friends can join together to build amazing things, whether it's private servers with only few slots or big public ones where dozens of players play at the same time and you have to earn a plot to build in a big expansive city. People to this day have crafted castles, spaceships, whole cities, even the Middle-earth from Lord of the Rings series inside the game. There is a guy called Pippen FTS with his team who's working on recreating the planet Earth. Honestly, my dirt hats have been put to shame. As for the sound, a German musician called Daniel Rosenfeld, aka C148, have met Notch on TGS forum and became the sound and music designer and composer for Minecraft. He created the very first soundtrack that is well known and beloved. In a game that sometimes can feel empty and lonely if played by yourself, His music really did wonders to the general feel of the game, adding the atmosphere of coziness, sometimes even scariness. American composer Lena Raine has also contributed to the four major updates since 2020, alongside Aaron Cheroff and Kumi Tanioka, who worked on the most recent 2024 version of the game when it comes to music and sound. Hearing the tunes can make you feel nostalgic whether or not you played it years ago, and the sounds themselves have this relaxing and ASMR like quality to them. Just have a listen. The game kept being updated and later on got a new tag for survival, adding measuring your hunger, new monsters, and farming. You can even say they added RPG elements to it as well, with dungeons, bosses, creating potions, and enchanting your equipment. The original creator did not like to use player suggestions. He felt that it wouldn't be his ideas, he would just be adding things that are asked for to the game. But the later co-creator Jens Jep Bergensten have applied new things to the game and not learned to let it go a bit, let others build on his work for the game's own good. Jep is still working on Minecraft as Chief Creative Officer to this day. These days, Minecraft comes with a very few updates that are not grand at all. They are usually shown at something called Minecraft Live, which is a yearly live stream showing up upcoming features. Usually it's a couple of blocks, one or two mobs, and maybe a few items to craft. While Mojang is employing more than 600 people on this golden goose of a game, some say that their updates are too few and far between, that a single modder could do it in a few afternoons. And true, the modding scene is amazing in Minecraft. There are mods for the smallest things like adding new blocks and the huge ones like core game changers. Players, given the sandbox nature of the game, have transformed it in every way you can imagine, adding stuff like traveling with spaceships you build on your own to a new planet, working factories with NPCs, or pre-scripted adventures styled like Lord of the Rings. The game also has texture packs and shaders that affect the look of it without affecting the gameplay. That's something, if you're not really into the pixelated graphics, you can find a resource pack that gives it a more realistic look, which really, compared to adding a new color of a sheep, doesn't seem like much competition to official Mojang updates. The newest update that we spoke of from Minecraft Live 2025 have added something of an experimental feature that's built in the game with shaders called vibrant visuals. You can see how it looks like over here. Even before Minecraft came out, Mojang was thinking and planning on its next game that turned out to be Scrolls, a card game announced in 2011 that ultimately failed and got released in 2018 under a new name, Colors Bane, for free. Just like each of the other projects Mojang tried, this didn't even make a fraction of fame and success Minecraft had, making the company sort of a one-hit wonder. But whether it's vanilla updates or modding, Minecraft has made an impact and is here to stay. Recently, a lot of children have been enjoying the game, with the company pushing out Lego sets, toys, and clothing, all revolving around the game. The newly released movie did not do great with 6 out of 10 on IMDb, but honestly, for a game adaptation that's mostly aimed at kids, it wasn't half bad. It is quite amazing now to see parents who have fond memories of playing the game all those years ago see their children play it now and enjoy it as well. They can join them up for some nostalgic fun, and if you do see your kid playing it, why not give it a try?